Hey everyone, this is Vinny Venom, and this is Getting Into the Business, the music business that is, episode 4. I am your host, Vinny Venom, music producer, remixer, songwriter, record label owner, apparel owner, and entrepreneur. And I'm going to tell you what I do and what I have done and give you some information that will help you grow on what you're trying to do. But let me start off by saying, not everything I'm going to bring up to you is going to work for you. You have to figure out for yourself if this is going to be in the structure or where you are trying to go or where you want to go. Everyone has their own level. You have to start off on the bottom level to get to the highest level. And that takes a lot of work to climb up these levels. Don't think you're just going to get up the levels right away. Sometimes it works out that way, sometimes it doesn't. And if it does, you're one lucky person because understand that I've been doing this a long time. And whatever I bring up to you might seem a great thing for you, but you might not be at that point yet. Some people ask me, what's the first thing I should do? The first thing you should do is connect with people as much as possible. Start getting a relationship with people on a level that you start letting them know what you're doing and you want to know what they're doing. Be involved not only in yourself, but everyone else. Don't just contact somebody and address somebody and DM them and say, hey, this is what I do. People are going to like, what nerve this person has. You know what I mean? He didn't even say hello. He didn't even say, hey, my name is so and so. He just bought me out this spam and I'm just going to ignore this person or I'm going to block them and I'm not going to just do anything with this person. Be sociable. Be relationship with these people. Give them what your name is. Hey, I come from Staten Island, New York. I come from Jersey. I come from California. Let people get accustomed to you and what you are about and what you're trying to. Then gradually say, hey, what do you do? Oh, I'm a music producer. I'm a remixer. I'm a songwriter. Oh, really? I do this. I play this. I master. I mix. Start relating yourself to both of what you're trying to do. And then you start getting and understanding what you both are involved in. Then let them decide for themselves if they want you to send them their music or a link or whatever, because then it becomes that it's not forced on them. They're deciding for themselves. Like I always tell, everything in life should be choice. I had to get to a point to get to the next point, to get to the point where I'm at now. And it takes a lot of time. And I always say, with failure comes succeed. You have to fail to succeed. It's plain and simple. You're not going to succeed right away in something. There's going to be failure. But with that failure, you're going to grow in success. You have to get failure to achieve success. And that's what it takes. You have to understand that. Don't think every minute, every time you do something, you're going to nail it. It doesn't work that way. So as I started doing this, I started relating to people and starting to get more and more people knowing what I do, and people started to know what I do. And I started getting fans. And then from them being fans, they became friends. And friends, they became brothers and sisters, and they became like a family unit. We contact each other and find out what we're doing. They see what we're doing. They relate to us. We relate to them. Hey, man, could you send me that new track that you just did? I want to put it on my new show. I want to put it on my next series that I'm hosting. Let them bring that up to you. Don't just say it to them. They'll know that the music's out there if they're following you and they have that relationship with you in general. And I met some amazing people, and I'll be talking about, like I brought up prior and other episodes, that I'm going to give some information of artists that I know and I relate to and give them their information out there. And you could also relate to them and contact them, and they would love to hear from you because they're those kind of people you want to relate to that I got accustomed to, and they're amazing people. One of them is Phil Phoenix. He's a remixer, DJ, radio host. and I'll give you all his information and how I got to meet him. He became a fan, and then he became a brother, and we talk about what we're doing, what's going on with the family, how's everything going in life. In general, he knows I do music. He respects my music. I respect his music. Another one is Akar, the Open Door. He's a DJ, remixer, record a radio station host, and he has this show called The Open Door that he's had my music on there, and he just put my music on there right now. My latest track that I have, Be By Your Side, that everyone's going crazy for. And thank you for the support and thank you for the love. But you got to show support and love to these guys too. I'll put down all their information in the YouTube description. Another one is an amazing DJ, top 40 DJ and well-known DJ, and got to know my music and got to know him and know what he's about. And we know each other on the music level, and now on a brother level is Dan Matthews. Everyone probably heard that name before. And people say to you, how did you get to know these people? It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of putting stuff out there. There's people that say they're going to do something but never do it. And then there's people that they do it but they don't do it 100%. Then there's people that do it 1,000,000%, and those are the people that get noticed by people on that level. But it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. You have to get an understanding, and these DJs have to have a relationship with you. Like my latest tracks that I just did, my Ooh La La was on Kings of Spins. It was number one in 1 week, 3 times in a row. You had radio DJs saying, hey, I love this track. I'm going to support it. I'm going to put it on my mix shows. Record labels like Sony saying, hey, amazing track, perfect production, vice versa, praising stuff. And that takes a lot of time and a lot of work. You have to understand, I went through a lot of failure to get to the success level. It doesn't happen overnight. Sometimes, I get people sending me their stuff and I listen to it and it's not there yet. It's not 100%. And I have to let them know that, because if I do that, that's deceiving them, and that's telling them something that's good. It's misleading. That's exactly what it is. Because when they give something to a radio DJ or a record label, independent or major, you don't want to hear the negative feedback that they're going to give you. You rather hear it from me before they give it to you. Because once they get on the radar and say, hey, this guy doesn't, I'm not even going to bother. I'm a busy person. I got to listen to the stuff that's up there, and the people that are in that level are suggesting to me to listen to. I have to do that before. I don't have the time. Time is the one thing that we have, but we don't have much of it. So we have to use it as with ability, because even though everybody says time is the one thing we have, but we don't have much of it. And we have to use it for our own ability to get things done. Otherwise, nothing gets done. So you have to figure these things out and understand that before you put that track to someone in that level, let someone else hear it. Not a friend, not a family member, someone like me that's going to be biased and tell you, hey, this stuff is garbage. Because I'm going to tell you if it's garbage, because I'm not going to waste my time and mislead you, because that's going to hurt you more than help you. Okay? So I got to meet Phil Phoenix. I got to meet Akar. I got to meet Dana Matthews. I got to meet so many other DJs. Sean Hamilton, Hollywood Hamilton, so many, Ricky Rick. I could go on and on and on and on. I could keep telling you, but how Lex from Extreme Mix Radio. There's so many people that I got to meet, and it took time to meet to get to that point, and getting a relationship with them where they know me and they know what I'm about and what I've been doing and what I continue to do on a regular level. I worked with major labels. I worked with EMI. I worked with Rock Nation. I worked with Motown. I worked with amazing A&Rs. It took time. I started out as a rapper before I became a producer, being in the studio with these guys, learning, seeing what they were doing, what their craft and what their talent was, and say, hey, I want to get into this now part of the music industry. And you have to understand that if you're going to make this into a career, there's other things that you need to know. And that's why I set up getting into the business, the music business, that is, because people think you get into something and you want to make it a livelihood. You have to know the business end of it. You have to know about BMI and ASCAP and royalties and mechanical royalties and the song gets played on the radio or it gets played in a TV show or a movie and stuff like that. You have to find gratuities, you have to find out all these things, and it takes a lot of work and a lot of understanding and a lot of focusing to understand that these things are going to be things that you need to know on a regular basis, because if you don't know these things, they could hurt you more than help you. I get people, and I'm not going to mention no names, has someone doing, hey, but I got a deal with a record label, and I'm like, well, did you sign? Did you give them your IP from ASCAP or BMI? I don't know which one you're associated with. Do I have to give them that? Yeah. Without that, you're not going to get paid. That's like setting up a bank account, but not putting your router number on there and not giving your account number, but you just put your name and your address, and that's it. And everything else is invalid. There's no connection where that money is going to go and where those royalties are going to go when you get supposed to get paid. So understand, I always get people telling me, what's the first thing I need to do? I had someone hit me up and say, hey man, thank you for giving me the advice. And I'm like, what advice did I give you? He's like, you told me a couple of years ago, to contact these groups and relate to them and focus on them and get a relationship with them. It helped me so much because I got to know so many people, doing the same thing I'm doing. Thank you, Vin. Thank you for your, being there for me and doing this for me and doing that for me. And I was like, okay, man, it helped you. I'm happy. First thing you should do, that's an amazing thing you should do. Get on one of these groups on Facebook or a Twitter or Instagram and connect with these people. Put your music out there. If they like your stuff or they share your stuff, that's a connection. Hit them up and say, thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. Hey, man, what are you doing? What are you about? Be focused not only on yourself, but be focused on what other people are involved in and what they're trying to do. Don't just make it about yourself. I had someone hit me up and say, hey, man, I have a lot of people. I supported them. I did this. I did that. They're not supporting me. They show me no love. Not everyone is going to have the same mentality that you have. They're not going to have the same ideals. They're not going to give you the shirt off your back. I grew up different. I grew up, if I see somebody in a situation and I can help that person, I'll get involved and be there for that person. But that's how I was brought up. Not everyone has the same ideals in life. So don't take it as an offense. Just understand. I was taught I have business and street smart, and it kind of helped me both. It's like a combo. So I get people saying to me, when I grew up, because I hung out with older guys, so I learned a lot more because I never hung out with younger guys. So I learned from their mistakes. I realized I couldn't make those mistakes because they told me about those mistakes. And if I did that, I would fall into the same mistakes they did. So they were giving me a heads up on that. So that was a great thing. So what I was taught, respect. And if someone doesn't show you respect, if you want to show respect as much as they show you respect, if they don't show you respect, then it's your choice to not be around those people. Then you decide for yourself and say, don't say, hey, I don't like you. I don't want to be around you. Gradually move away from them. Start doing your own thing. Be involved in what you're doing because they're not showing you any respect. There's no reason why you should be around them. Move on to your own doings and do what you got to do and see what's going to make you grow in life and be involved with people that are going to help you and you're going to help each other. That's how it works. Don't just decide for yourself or have somebody else decide for you. I always tell people you have to be a leader, not a follower. You know, you have to decide for yourself. I get people like, hey, man, I want to be a producer like you. No, be better than me. I'm already out there. Be better than me. That's what I want. I want people to do better. I get people like Phil and telling me, hey, man, we're all here to help each other. I'm there for you, my brother, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Same thing with Chris Aaron, amazing DJ, has been playing my music. And people like Two Twice and his music and whatnot, sending me his stuff and letting me hear it and getting my opinion on it. I'm going to give you all these guys' information. Elvira, an amazing singer. Definitely check her out on Facebook, on YouTube. She's signed to 418 Music. So there's so many artists out there that everyone overlooks because unfortunately there's certain artists that gets noticed and there's certain artists that don't get noticed. So always be that person that if you can show support and love, then do so. Not everyone thinks that way. Not everyone's going to think that have that same ideals. You know what I'm saying? I always tell people build your own foundation and come up with your own blueprint and then create your own empire. That's what I always say. And everybody says to me, and they're like, I get so many people following me on a regular basis, people tweeting me every day. That took time. It doesn't happen overnight. All right, guys. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Please subscribe. Please like, follow me. And if you want to follow me on my YouTube channel, you check out all the videos that I create. And if you want to hit me up and ask me for information, I'm also going to put down some people that I know that do graphics and animation. I know a lot of people need that, but I'm going to give you their information. You contact these people and you talk to them and you get into a relationship with them, because sometimes what people do with someone else, it doesn't end up being that way. That's way. So you decide for yourself. It's your choice. I'm just going to give you some ideas and some suggestions of people you should contact and get a relationship on that level and see what happens. Thank you, everyone. Support me. YouTube channel is BeatCutterz Music, BeatCutterz Music. That's on YouTube. And then I'll put my link tree down in the description and you could check it out. And I'll also put my YouTube channel on there and everything. Definitely share it. This is out there to help people. And that's why I did this, because everybody was telling me, and enjoy my suggestions that I give out to a lot of people. And if it could help you, that's all the best. Thank you, everybody. Be safe and goodbye.
BeatCutterz Music.
Breaking down cause my jealousy gets the best of me. If this keeps